Top 7 mistakes when taking the IELTS writing test. The purpose of this video is to tell you the 7 major mistakes that candidates keep making so that you can avoid them. Problem 1. Poor time management. About 30% of IELTS candidates fail to complete both Task 1 and Task 2. To complete each task, you need to write a minimum of 150 words for Task 1 and 250 words for Task 2. But note that you should not write too much. For instance, if you write over 200 words for Task 1, then that might not give you enough time to finish Task 2. I recommend a maximum of 190 words for Task 1 and 300 words for Task 2. Problem 2. Not properly reading the instructions. About 30% of candidates will write an essay that is off topic, which not only lowers their score for task response, but also makes it difficult to score well in the grading category of cohesion and coherence, because often the essay does not make sense to the reader, who is looking for a response to the question. A common example of this is with a question like, to what extent do you agree or disagree? This requires your opinion, and therefore saying things like, some people believe that, is off topic, unless you state whether you agree with them or not. You are also required to address the extent, which means how much you agree or disagree. Problem 3. Not making a plan. Teachers always advise students to make a plan before writing, but 90% of candidates don't make a plan. A plan is essential as it ensures that you have an appropriate response to the task instructions, and it also helps you to build a structure that is suitable to the task. What many students fail to realize is that a plan also helps you to save time. This is because it will reduce the need to have to stop writing to think about what you are going to say next. Planning is a skill, and you should practice it so that you can do it quickly and effectively in your test. Problem 4. Poor essay structure. IELTS essays can be considered their own genre or type of essay. To write well, you should follow the conventions of the genre when structuring your essay. Essentially, you want an introduction that clearly introduces the topic, and also what you will say about this topic in your essay. The body paragraphs should do what you stated in the introduction. Usually, you want 2 body paragraphs, and I suggest a maximum of 3 body paragraphs. The conclusion usually summarizes the key points of your essay. Problem 5. Weak main ideas. Before you start writing, it is important to brainstorm strong main ideas so that you can have a strong response to the task. If we are asked the benefits of studying online, we could have 2 strong main ideas like convenience and affordability. Problem 6. Weak development of main ideas. Getting to 7 and beyond for task response requires that you extend and support main ideas. For our benefits of studying online, our first idea of convenience can be supported by explaining how we can study at any time and at any place. We could support affordability by explaining that it is often free or at least cheaper than a traditional classroom course. Problem 7. Too many language errors. Try to allow time to proofread what you have written so that you can reduce the number of errors. In order to get 7 or above for vocabulary, you may only produce occasional errors in word choice, spelling, and word formation. The most common error is the singular or plural form of words, so always check your nouns and verbs to see if they should have an S ending. For a grammar score of 7, you must produce frequent error-free sentences. The most common errors are with articles, A and the. So look at each noun and think about whether it needs an article. In other words, if you can proofread your writing and cut down the number of errors, you stand a better chance of getting over the 6 hurdle for vocabulary and grammar. To conclude this presentation, make sure to manage your time carefully. Carefully read the instructions. Make a plan before you start writing your essay. Structure your essay well. Have strong main ideas. Support your main ideas with relevant explanations or examples. Proofread to reduce errors. So hopefully this video has been of benefit to you, and hopefully you learned something from the answers that I gave to the students' questions. If you wanted to get your writing corrected, there's links for that in the description below this video. What you might like to do now is look at my next video on how to prepare for different types of essays and how to prepare different structures and even templates of language for dealing with the different types of questions that we get in the IELTS writing test. So that's the next video that's going to appear now.